Welcome back to C++ tutorial on Tute Fulcrum. This session is on decision-making statements in C++. Decision-making statements in programming languages decides the direction of flow of program execution. There are some situations in real life when we need to make some decisions, and based on these decisions we decide what should we do next. Similar situations arise in programming also, where we need to make some decisions, and based on these decisions we will execute the next block of code. The decision-making statements available in C++ are if-else statements and the switch statements. The if-else statements we could use like only if conditions, or if-else, or if-else-if and nested if statements. So in this session we will see about the if-else statements in C++. Let's start with if statement. If statement is the most simple decision-making statement. It's used to decide whether a certain statement or block of statements will be executed or not. That is, if certain condition is true, then a block of statement is executed, otherwise not. Let's take an example. Let's say we have an entity x which is integer and initialized with a value 10. So if I give a condition, so use if, within parenthesis specify the condition. So I'm saying x greater than 0. So if this condition is true, I want a particular statement to be evaluated or a block of statements to be evaluated. So let's say cout, I'm printing x is positive. So if x value is greater than 0, if the condition is true, the statement x is positive will be printed. So let's run this and check our output. So our output is x is positive because we have initialized x with 10. So when it checks the condition x greater than 0, that is 10 greater than 0, the condition is true. So it evaluates the statement, that is printing x is positive. Now if you have multiple statements to be evaluated, we make use of curly brackets. So here we have two statements to be evaluated if this condition is true. So we have used curly brackets. So x is equal to 10. X greater than 0, the condition is true, so it is going to evaluate these two statements. That is, it prints x is positive as well as it will print the value of x. Let's run and verify our output. Yes, we are getting the expected output. It's printing x is positive and the value of x, that is x is equal to 10. Now if x value is minus 10, this condition goes wrong. So these statements will not be evaluated. So if you run this code, it works fine, but there will be no output. The if statement alone tells us that if a condition is true, it will execute a block of statements, and if the condition is false, it won't. But what if we want to do something else if the condition is false? Here comes the else statement. So we have seen this program. We are going to add an else part to this. So if x is greater than 0, it is printing x is positive. So what if x is less than 0? So we'll add an else statement here. Else will print cout x is negative. So if x is greater than 0, print x is positive, else print x is negative. Let's run and verify our output. So our output is x is positive. Now let's try by giving x a negative value. So now x is equal to minus 10, that is, this condition is wrong. So if this is wrong, it goes to the else part. So now our output became x is negative. So here also, if there are multiple statements to be evaluated, you could use curly brackets. So here in the else part, it will evaluate two statements. It will print x is negative as well as the x value will be printed. So it is showing the output as x is negative and the value of x is equal to minus 10. If-else-if ladder in C++. Here, a user can decide among multiple options. The C++ if statements are executed from top down. As soon as one of the conditions controlling the if is true, the statement associated with that if is executed, and the rest of the C++ else if ladder is bypassed. If none of the conditions are true, then the final else statement will be executed. Let's take an example. Let's say x is equal to 10. We use an if statement. So if I say if x equal to say 20, we'll print cout x is 20. So here it checks the condition if x is 20. So our x is 10, this condition is not true. So it goes to the else if part. Here I'll give an else if condition. Else if, we'll specify the condition here, x equal to 10. Let's say cout x is 10. Then we'll give the final else part. So else cout, let's say x is not present. So it checks first if x is equal to 20. So if this was true, it would have evaluated this statement. So our output would have been x is 20. But this condition is wrong. So it comes to the else if part, where it is checking whether x is equal to 10. So as per our program, this condition is true. So it is going to evaluate this statement, that is x is 10. Suppose if this was also wrong, it would come to the else part and it will evaluate the statement x is not present. Let's verify our output. So here as expected, our output is x is 10. Let's give a different value here. Let's make this as say 100. Now if you run this code, you could see your output will be x is not present, because it is not satisfying the condition for if else if part. So finally it comes to the else, where it is printing x is not present. A nested if is an if statement that is the target of another if statement. Nested if statement means an if statement inside another if statement. So let's say we have x equal to 10. Let's give the condition if x equal to 10. It's comparing, so the condition is true. Let's use curly brackets, and within this if we will provide another if statement. Now let's give a condition like x less than say 12. Let's simply give a cout statement. Let's say x is less than 12. We will add one more if statement. So if x is less than 10. So any condition you can provide here. Let's say cout x is less than 10. We'll add one else statement here. Else cout, let's print the value of x. The point to be noted here is nested if statement will only be executed if the statement above it is true. Let's check the flow of this program. So our value x is 10. It is checking for the condition if x is equal to 10 or not. Comparison. So this is true. So if this is true, it enters the next if. So it checks now if x is less than 12. The condition is true. So it is evaluating this statement. Cout x is less than 12. Now it checks the next if x is less than 10. So here the condition is wrong. X is not less than 10, the value of x is 10. So it comes to else part and it prints the value of x. Let's run the program. So our output is x is less than 12 and it is printing the value of x, that is x is equal to 10. Suppose if we have modified this condition like this, x is equal to 100. So if this condition fails, none of the if statement is going to get evaluated. So this is about the if and if else statements in C++. We will continue with the switch statement, the decision making statement in C++ in the coming sessions. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe, and please don't forget to tap the bell icon. You'll get notified whenever we upload a new videos. Thank you.